Hi everybody, I am Dr. Ashutosh Kumar. I am an interventional cardiologist cum electrophysiologist. I am working as a clinical director of cardiac electrophysiology at Care Hospital, Hyderabad. We come across one of the procedure called EP study, and this is one of the technically demanding procedure in which we are going to study the heart electrical activity. And today we are here to discuss how the EP study is conducted on the patients, what are the steps, what are the things we are looking, and how it is conducted over the time. Let us understand the normal conduction system of the heart. So heart is having the four chamber, right upper, right lower, left upper, left lower chambers, and there is a one we call as a SA node, which is called the pulse generator or the generator of the heart. So unlike the other organ, heart is having its own independent electrical generator. So it start on the 22nd day of intrauterine life. It start giving the beating, and this beating will go on the lower chambers through the AV node, which we call as a transmitter. So through the transmitter, it is going to the lower right bundle, left bundle, and when it has been giving the electrical supply to the lower chamber, the heart start contracting. So this is the normal electrical system of the heart, and there is an insulation between the upper and lower chambers. So whenever there is a breach of this electrical supply between the upper and lower chamber, we call as that there is a short circuit is happening. So there is an extra pathways or extra electrical connection between the upper and lower chamber, which lead to one type of activity we call as a re-entry, and which is responsible for arrhythmias. So whenever whenever the patient is having arrhythmia, particular type of ECG comes, and we suspect that the patient is having some insulation breach between the upper and lower chamber, and that we are going to detect in the EP study. So in the conventional EP study, we are going to position three catheters in the three locations, and these three locations will be providing most of the information what we wanted, whether there is insulation breach is there between the upper and lower chamber or not, or and how the conduction is happening, means how the electricity is formed and how it is flowing through the heart, and there is any abnormality is there or not. So these are the three EP study catheters you can see, and these three catheter is having the 4, 4 and 10 poles. So as such, we are taking the 18 locations to locate how the electrical activity is happening. So now we have punctured the femoral vein, and we are going to position all these three catheters inside the heart, and through the fluoroscopy we are going to see what is the location of these catheters, and through the computer system, what we call the EP system, we are going to locate where these catheters are there and how the current is flowing from the SA node to AV node, and what is the behavior of electrical activity between the right atrium and left atrium, which is coming early, which is coming late, and whether any abnormal pathway is there or not, or abnormal circuit what we call as between the insulation breach what we are looking, whether it is there or not. So we do different maneuvers, means we give extra beat, we bring back the same arrhythmia which patient is having on and off before, and then we start characterizing whether there is a substrate, and for locating the substrates. So by doing the EP study, we can, by the maneuvers, we can locate where the arrhythmic circuit is there. So this is the EP catheter, or we can say laser catheter. Through this, we are going to give the thermal energy to the heart tissue, which is going to coagulate and it become inactivated, so the arrhythmia can't happen in the future. So this is the RF ablation catheter, which we are going to position to the location where the short circuit is happening, or which is the abnormal focus, and we are going to give a particular graded energy at that location, so that there should not be any conduction through that abnormal pathway, and the normal current supply is regained. Thanks for watching this episode, and hope so you would have been better information about. So, thanks, and in which there are something we call as a substrate for arrhythmia which can be cured. So it is one of the curable form of treatment. And if you like, please subscribe this channel, and if you want to know more about it, kindly give your feedbacks as well your comments in the comment box. Thank you so much.